Hello.
What?
I said hello. It's all right. Nobody minds. So, my goodness, there's so much good stuff to say about that particular episode of Doctor Who and Vengeance on Varos in particular. There is so much good stuff to say about Colin Baker. There is so much good stuff to say that it's a little bit hard to know where to begin, because, in all honesty, I remember Vengeance. I mean, Vengeance of Varos is one of my most watched Six Doctor stories, and there's little wonder, really, is there? Because it's just absolutely brilliant, and it's brilliant in a way that I can't remember Doctor Who doing for a good long time, if at all. Which is, there's a sophistication about it in terms of its storytelling and whatnot. Now, I don't know whether I should... You see, I'm inclined to say that there are flaws here, and Lib's just nipped off, and she's going to come back and be unrelentingly positive. But I think you can easily read this story as a you know, I'm stating the obvious, as a satire of television, isn't it? And the traditional views, it's a satire of sort of video nasties and stuff like that. But I think it actually goes way deeper than that. And I also think what this does, thank you, Liv. I also think that what this does is a sort of little niche area of Doctor Who, which is the almost like the sort of teleplay. Now, this is going back to 60s Doctor Who, isn't it? Where obviously a lot of it felt like, you know, your Saturday afternoon play on the telly. But the fact it's studio bound means, and the fact that we've got some really good performances here.
Yeah, really good.
There are a couple of performances that don't quite pass muster, but we're going to skip over those. The Chief's brilliant. The Chief's absolutely brilliant. Martin Jonas as the Governor is absolutely superb. He really walks a fine line of being a git, being a bit smarmy, being ruthless, but being genuinely, you know, after looking after Varos. That's really good. Quillam's okay. But the standout, unbelievable performance this is Syl. What? I mean, apart from Colin, we'll talk about Colin in a minute. What? Right, I'm into wrestling, as you may or may not know. And one of the things they talk about in terms of wrestling is maximising your minutes. Meaning, if you're on screen at any point and you are doing a promo backstage or in the ring or just, you know, have an actual wrestling match, you maximise your minutes. You give them 5 minutes, we'll make them count. Every single second Syl's on the screen, he's doing something worth watching. Now, admittedly, he's got a, you know, what's the name of the actor? I can't remember now, that's shocking. But it's a superb part to get, but then, and also it's a part where you can go to town on it. But my gosh, he gives every single ounce of performance in that role, and it sticks in the memory like nothing else. Lib's just asked, is he coming back? Well, we do know that Syl comes back. Moreover than that, Lib, Syl was supposed to come back an additional time. We were supposed to get 3 chunks of Syl.
Why didn't he come back? I like him.
So there's a
I
season...
like him in a sort of Jabba the Hutt,
Yeah.
entertaining way.
There's a season that was supposed to happen after this season that got cancelled for reasons. And then there's Trial of the Time Lord, in which he does come back. So we do get another dose of Syl, plus potentially... And he was supposed to come out with the Ice Warriors as well, of all races. How cool was that been? Absolutely superb. This is an absolutely astounding performance from Colin Baker.
I think he's so underrated in terms of how good his acting actually is.
All right, okay.
I know you don't like him, so I feel like
It's,
I have to stick up
no, there are
His
no
acting's
doctors I
quite
don't
well,
like.
isn't it?
There are no doctors I don't like. And I genuinely feel that this here is a great performance from Colin Baker. And I feel as if it's a brilliant story for his doctor. I love the fact that he gave Perry a hug. Now, this has only come about...
Him and Perry are quite warm, aren't they?
It's only come about because I saw the Tales from the TARDIS. If you've not watched those yet, go and watch them. I'm still missing one, I think, to a couple. But Tegan hugs Davison, and Davison says, "Oh, we never used to do this." And it suddenly dawned on me, no, is this the first huggy Doctor? Because that's relevant. That's important. You know, they've got this relationship where they bicker at each other, but moments like that, how many other... I can't think. there should be a Whoathon somewhere. Let's work out, do a Whoathon at some point. And
I reckon the new Who's, right?
oh, the new Who's are hugtastic.
Ridiculous.
But in terms of old Doctors, is this the first? I don't know. There we go. But I think the thing I really want to lean into here is just how smart a piece of writing this is. And although, and Lib's quite rightly going to pick me up on this, I think they could have gone further. I think they could have taken this sort of satire thing, this clever, because I do think it's clever. Us watching them, watching us, an audience figure, we're watching the audience figure. I think all of these things are relevant, and I think that it's a sophisticated. There's a level of sophistication in terms of looking at television. I mean, we're like when Troughton used to look at our television monitors, and we sit there going, we understand the medium of television. Well, this is the next level of that, isn't it? We're starting to critique it a little bit. And we're starting to think about, the viewer as performance, as whatever else like that. It's been a long time since I've done film studies, so leave me alone. John's currently texted me, by the way. If I keep glancing, it's because on my phone, John's sending me all sorts to listen to. Doctor Who hype is high. But I just think, what a brilliant story. I mean, what a brilliant story. I have giggled in that last bit, really enjoyed it. Oh, and coincidentally, because this will come up in the comments, looking forward to hearing opinions, as ever. There's the acid bath bit. Now, I don't know if you know this, Lib. There's a bit of controversy about that. People pick up that moment as a saying that's an indictment on Baker's character. That's sort of like James Bond-esque, forgive me if I don't join you in there thing. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with that at all. I didn't have a problem with that at all. He doesn't push him in.
And also getting somebody out half eaten in acid to just like be half alive and half dead.
Yeah.
It'd be horrific.
Yeah, I've got no problems with all that. I don't see that as being anything that Tom wouldn't have done. And if Tom had said it, then we wouldn't pick up on it. Baker gets a bad rep. This Baker, Colin Baker gets a bad rep.
I agree. I think you're all mean.
And there we go. And I think that we ought to, let's properly reevaluate Colin's Doctor as we go forward from here. Yeah. I can't remember what's next. Is it Mark of the Rani next? Oh, exciting times. Listen, Vengeance on Varos. So what you said about in comparison to Caves, Lib?
I think it's as good as Caves.
There you go.
I really like it.
Vengeance on Varos, my wife says, and she's the cleverest person I know, as good as Caves. So there we go. Have that.